The Midday Mix on Mix 93.8.
CEO and founder of NSBC Africa, Mike Anderson, joins us once again. Mike, welcome back to the show.
Damian, good to be back. Thank you.
Absolute pleasure. So we live in pretty trying times. I think especially as a business owner, it just seems like things are getting, tougher and tougher. And a lot of the time people probably, feel like they're reaching their breaking point and they just feel like, it's getting too much. I can't carry on. You say that your business is more likely to succeed if you commit to a failure is not an option mindset. Why would you say that is the best way to look at things?
Damian, over the months and, of course, the years to come, we're always going to talk around success and how to succeed. We've spoken about how to achieve happiness, overcoming adversity. But it comes down to that bullseye, success. And we all know starting your own business is a big challenge. But staying positive could be an even bigger struggle. No matter what kind of business you have, if you're not committed to a failure is not an option mindset, you are setting yourself up for failure. To avoid becoming another startup or business casualty, the right mental state is absolutely crucial. So when the bills begin to pile up and clients and customers are few and far between, don't be tempted to throw in the towel. Instead, keep your mission on track.
It always makes me think, I don't know if you've seen this, but there's a little picture that always does the rounds online where there's a guy kind of digging underground and there's diamonds on the other side and he kind of just stops and turns around and he's almost there. So that, in my mind, is kind of like the failure trap. Share some of your tips for us to avoid that.
That's a great cartoon. I've seen that many times. Okay, let's look at a few tips. There's many tips, but let's use a couple of good ones here. Tip number one. Go mental. One of the most important elements to starting a successful business is being prepared. Of course, skills, actions, and good old-fashioned luck are also important factors. But it all begins with the right frame of mind. To that end, stay away from people who are negative. We've spoken about this often, Damian, and may try to bring you down. Fire anyone around you who has a pessimistic attitude. We cannot surround ourselves with negative people who don't encourage us on our journey. Have you heard of these people around you? You used to make so much more money working for someone else. At a lunch on a Sunday, get a real job, earn some money. And of course, a lot of entrepreneurs and people who are about to start a business are surrounded by that. People can be negatively simply because they are jealous that you had the courage to follow your own dream, not just talk about it. Then second tip, virtual reality. Although there will be many ups and downs, a light does exist at the end of the tunnel, and it is bright. By visualizing success, your actions will become more confident, and increased confidence breeds success. Think about why you started your business in the first place. Perhaps going back to work for someone else is not an option. In that case, just reminding yourself of the alternatives, being at the mercy of others, controlling your life, playing corporate politics, or reporting to incompetent bosses should be sufficient motivation to keep your mind right. Next tip, it's all about sacrifice. A big component of the failure is not an option mindset is knowing that certain personal or financial sacrifices will need to be made along the way in order to achieve your dream. Entrepreneurs who have made sacrifices and prospered did so because they realized early on that starting and building a great company comes with a price. Next tip, risk is not a four-letter word. Keep in mind that success comes to those who recognize risk, are unafraid of it, and will execute on their ideas. If you are risk-averse, your chances of business survival will probably be slim. Next tip, Damian, a hungry dog hunts better. When clients or customers are few and far between, and money is tight or non-existent, successful past and future entrepreneurs will always find a way to drum up another sale. And when times get tough financially, you really have only two choices: decrease your expenses or increase your revenues. Then final tip, a roadmap will lead you to success. A business plan, which is a written description of what you're going to do and how you're going to do it, is the entrepreneur's roadmap. It forces you to think about the entire operation and comes to terms with the business's strengths and weaknesses. Entrepreneurs who do their homework increase their chances for business success.
100%. I think you make some fantastic points there. One that I quite enjoy is the visualization part of it, because I think we often find ourselves in a position where we might be struggling and we don't really appreciate how hard it was to get there and take our wins. We kind of look at all the stuff piling up in front of us, and we forget about, at one point we were looking to be in this position. This is all you wanted, just to be able to be here right now. So I think that visualization and gratitude aspect is vitally important as well.
Damian, like we've spoken before, start small, take the magic of tiny steps and start winning. And that winning, of course, will allow us to bring up more confidence and that self-belief in our system on our road to where we want to be.
Yeah, that snowball effect. Mike, thank you so much for joining us today. We do appreciate it. We'll catch up again with you next week, Tuesday.
Wonderful. Thank you, Damian.
Sweet. Stay well. Mike Anderson, CEO and founder of NSBC Africa. If you'd like a bit more advice or you just want to kind of see what they're up to, you can go visit their website, nsbc.africa.
The Midday Mix on Mix 93.8.